Howdy ho. So, we're doing a stream, save to cloud. Hold on. Oh, got it. What's good? What's good in the. What's good? What's good? What's good? Alright, so this is a collab cast, collaborating live with myself and an audience, which I'm not sure about the audience status, but we've got at least a connection with YouTube, and we're working with this platform, and we wanted to do some sound at the same time, which is why it's called a collab cast. But my last stream yesterday is the collection of things that I'm trying to focus on, which is like the brokerage. We have different business services as an affiliate to help just grow businesses in essence. Um, a host of different positive resources to try to add value to any entity that is trying to gain momentum and grow after all. And in addition, we're sponsoring for the most part all the time, like animal fostering for animal shelters, and are keeping that up in terms of just all videos having that sort of as an attachment, as a go-to rule of thumb. Um, and So yeah, we kind of just want to make sound live, want to do Zooms live, try to interview people live someday. So we take it outside as well. But this one is a little experimental. This is supposed to shift into a podcast, which I actually forgot before I started recording. So all those little things just that I just mentioned that are supposed to come together are I'm just saying them out loud live so that I can remember that that's what I'm actually doing here, which is funny when you have different things and focuses and such. It's like you're just constantly getting distracted when there's an interest to like converge that stuff and bring it to a center, and you just sometimes get hyper focused over here for a long time, and then it takes your attention away from the idea that you're doing this other thing that is, and it entails the other parts sort of together so that it's a separate thing when they're all together. Right. So with that in mind, I don't think this one will translate it as a podcast. I was just testing this camera, so I'm not really hoping for this one to be a podcast. But perhaps after this, we can do a different one. That's the core interest, is for each of the little inserts to become a podcast, even if they're sort of throughout the day, scattered about throughout the day. Um, just tidbits of value. So there's like a center of whatever the little chat is that's like the tidbit of value that relates to the podcast as a whole. And whether it's 3 minutes, 20 minutes, 5 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever it is, there's at least meant to be that one central bit that can be some value that the podcast or what have you circulates around. So that it's like a podcast in the center, and then we've got you know, like I mentioned, the others seasonings like making sound, trying to maybe publish a sound or a song like live or whatever, but or make a video while like with that at the same time, like during a podcast. So it's like a podcast and there's chatting happening. I mentioned in the video yesterday, like if you're making cookies and you're just talking to someone who's sitting in the kitchen type of thing, like to where the podcast is the person that is sitting in the kitchen, and the thing that is like some other focus, like doing some other activity, usually as the core aspect of the podcast is like symbol of the cookies. I don't even know if this is audible because I didn't even test it. I just turned on this website and just sort of started going. So I don't know if this is audible. I was actually just trying to test this out. So it might be a good place to sort of stop this little vid and see if we've gotten any traction in terms of just this being present on the web, because I mean, in terms of this connecting to the destination where it was supposed to be um, be streaming from, which would be YouTube, which is YouTube. So let me check in with that. We'll just go ahead and end this and just sort of see if it's possible to keep maybe going after if the audio is sort of working. Anyway, thanks. Bye. Bye.